Oh, you're here again. Thank you. I just love that crazy music, don't you? It makes me happy. So thank you again for joining us today. We appreciate you. We Secure Seniors want to help each other. So we're glad you've shown up again. Thank you, thank you. So I'm Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe, and I love being a boomer. I don't know about you. Do you ladies enjoy being a boomer?
I love it.
It's so fun.
It has perks.
And I'm retired and working harder than ever. Maybe when I'm 92, I'll retire for good.
Hey,
because I got so much else to do in my life. I don't want to ever retire. Because then I'll sit in a rocking chair, and I'm not a rocking chair person. Are you?
Nope. Not at all.
No, but thank you all for joining us. We're going to have some really interesting stuff here in a minute, and we can't wait to share it with you. But first, I want to introduce you to my co-hosts. And Miss Sherry, will you go first, please?
Hi. Once again, I am Sherry Gardner, a.k.a. The Gardener. I am a licensed financial professional, and I am here to snip the myths about financial security and help you plant the seeds of a strong financial foundation. I also wanted you to know that we have free workshops every Wednesday night at 7 and Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And we are located at 11111 Katy Freeway, Suite 100, Houston, Texas, 77079. I have to always remember where I'm at. And if you want to reach out to me, my number is 713-659-9534, or you can email me at sherryabroad@gmail.com. Also, we have Lunch and Learn on the second and fourth Friday of every month, and that's when you can come out, get a free meal, and also get a free workshop, because it's all about financial literacy and educating you on the best things to do with your money.
Oh,
thank you, Lady Lou.
You're welcome, Sherry. Oh, that Lunch and Learn's fun. You got to check that one out. And free food. We love free food, but it's the information that you'll be there for. And you make new friends, too. I know you like to make new friends. So let's turn to our Lady D.
Hi, Lady Lou. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Deidre Lagans, a.k.a. Lady D, the Financial Genie. And I say that because education is where the magic truly begins. We all have to educate ourselves. We all have to do that to have a better life and a better future. I'm a licensed financial professional, and we also have complimentary workshops on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. The address is 13831 Northwest Freeway, Suite 215, Houston, Texas, 77040. And if you'd like to contact me, you can contact me or text me at 832-788-5112 or email me at dligonswsb@gmail.com. Thank you for having me out, Lady Lou.
You're welcome, Lady D. All this royalty at our table today. I love it. Well, we've got something real fun next. This is something I had heard about many, many years ago. I don't know if you want to call it an urban myth or just an old-time fashion remedy. You know, our grandmothers used to do this. We boomers remember our grandmothers. They had all kinds of natural things that they used to keep us healthy as little kids. And some of them have kind of hung around. And this one has a lot of controversy around it because some people, scientists sometimes, they poo-poo it. And I believe it, frankly. And when you believe something, it's usually going to work for you. So I'll leave it to you whether you believe it or not. And if you want to try it, that's always the way to make something yours if you would choose to use it and help yourself in your health area. So here we go. This one is titled Raw Onions in Socks, as in stocking socks. You slice your onion thin, well, not too thin, and then you place a whole bunch of the little sliced onions on the bottom of your foot, and somebody else is going to have to do this probably, and then you pull a sock over it, and then you go to bed, and that sock holds the onions to your feet. And they say, whoever they are, that it draws toxins out of your body. And it helps with fevers and colds and flu, anything you can imagine. Because what the old timers believe is that it's drawing stuff out of your system and it cleansing your bloodstream and all kinds of interesting things. And yes, there's where the controversy lies. We don't know if it works or not, but I have heard stories where people swear by it, that their child recovered for this or that, whatever, because of the onions. And we've even heard if you'll slice a plate of onions and slip it under your bed or on your nightstand if you've got someone ill with the flu. Because many years ago, this is how they say they cured the plague, the bubonic plague, which, we don't hear about that anymore. But they say that's how they were able to heal so many people, because back then they didn't understand germs. They didn't know that was what was causing the problem. They were just trying to clean the air, and onions do that. And they'll turn black. They'll actually turn black.
Yeah, they do.
And again, the scientists just poo-poo it and say that's not really helping, but I think it does. And it's certainly worth a try. An onion's pretty cheap,
Yeah.
So, next time you come down with the flu, go run to the kitchen and get you an onion and slice it, stick it on the bottom of your feet and put your socks on. It's going to help you. I just know it will. So what else have you got on your list, Sherry? Did you have some other information about the socks?
It just reiterates, it says the National Onion Association. Who knew that? The National Onion Association has traced the onion healing myth back to the 1500s.
Oh.
Wow.
When it was thought that placing a cut raw onion in the room throughout a residence could protect its occupants from getting the bubonic plague. And the site says that long before germs were discovered, the dominant belief was contagious diseases were spread by miasma or noxious air. That's what that means. So the remnants of the onion's legacy remain today, one being that the mighty vegetable really does have cure-all powers. So here's the modern theory. Nowadays, there's growing popularity of traditional Chinese medicine, and it has many believing that the body is made up of meridians, which are pathways from certain access points on the body to your internal organs. So, just like she said, slicing the onions, securing the slices in a pair of socks on your feet opens up numerous meridians located on the bottom of your feet. And, we all see things about reflexology and how they control. So this may have, something to do with it, allowing the onion to draw out the toxins, bacteria, and sickness from the body, as well as purify the blood in the bloodstream and eliminate foot odor. Now that's kind of hard because an onion stinks.
Yeah.
So you're going to have one odor or the other.
Wow.
So, and it said, the theory that onions soak up germs has become so persuasive, many believers are afraid to eat leftover onions used during cooking because they are thought to absorb bacteria and viruses in the surrounding environment and become toxic to ingest. Now, I believe
That's
that
true.
when you leave
Yeah.
an onion open in the refrigerator, it does draw in what's in that refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, and it
Yeah, it does.
leaves a
And-
pretty
Yeah,
bad odor.
so
But
I don't know.
well, at that point, if you've got leftover onions, slice it up, put it on a plate, and stick it out there in the house somewhere. Use it up.
That's true. That's true. I mean, when you think about it, because onions, they're a very sensitive vegetable,
Right.
And when
Sensitive.
you eat them, when you cook them, that's one of those vegetables out of many that you can't just leave out and inside to eat. It
Right.
can make you sick. So I can believe that. Well, mine is, of course, the verdict. Can placing onions on your feet really cure infections? Well, the onion theory has a lot of support in the alternative medicine
Yes.
field, but there's been no concrete proof that onions have the ability to rid the body of infections or cure fevers and colds and flus. In fact, a lot of experts have weighed in, further debunking the onion healing theory. Joe Swartz, who's the director of McGill University in the Office of Society and Science, responded to a 2012 chain email that he held the onion sock method and further spread the belief that leftover onions absorb toxins and are therefore inedible. He claims the fact is that onions are not especially prone to bacterial contamination. In fact, quite the opposite. Onions feature a variety of sulfur compounds that have antibacterial activity. Furthermore, cutting an onion triggers the release of enzymes that initiate a chemical reaction producing, so if I said right, propenosulfonic acid, which in turn decomposes to yield sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid also inhibits the growth of bacteria. Wow. Also, a cut onion surface dries out quickly, reducing the moisture that's needed for bacteria to multiply. And of course, to have bacteria multiply, you need some source of bacteria in the first place. So where would this come from? Bacteria are not just spontaneously generated. They have to be somehow present to start with. Cutting boards, dirty hands are a possible source, but food spoilage, bacteria do not become airborne.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, see,
Right.
told you that scientists don't believe it. There's another lady named Ruth McDonald, doctor. She's over there at the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition at Iowa State University. She thinks the same way as that Dr. Schwartz does. But she says, how can you imagine that a vegetable would attract and suck into itself bacteria? I choose to believe that myself.
Yeah.
If it will if it will suck away that bacteria, I'm happy.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just, onions are so good for us anyway, whether we eat them or not. I love onions.
Yeah.
You put a stack of fried onion rings in front of me, and I'll make a meal on them. In fact, the other day, my girlfriend and I went out to eat, and we ordered a small order of onion rings as an appetizer. I would have been happy just to eat the onion rings, and then they brought the food, and I didn't want it. But there again, all of this is up to you to decide if it's going to help you or your family. And we're not doctors, we're not scientists, we have
Not at all.
no way of knowing whether it's going to work for anyone.
Just like the fun facts.
Yeah, we just
Yes.
love to go to Google and find these fun things for you. So do again your due diligence. Go and research it and talk to your doctor. And it can't hurt you, I don't think, but give it a shot if you like. We will. I know I am. But I haven't been sick lately, thank you. I haven't been sick.
I'm not going to stop eating them, I
Not
tell
gonna
you
stop
that.
eating either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our fun thing for today. And now, excuse me, Miss Deidre is going to talk to us about growth and safety and the 10-20 rule. I have not heard of the 10-20 rule.
Dun-dun.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Go for it.
Well, thank you. Again, this book right here, that's our financial Bible, okay? This is what it's all about. It's all about becoming your own money manager and learning. I mean, what better thing to do than to learn for yourself and make your life better? Because once you do that, you make your family's life better. It's kind of like on an airplane. They don't tell you in case of emergency to take that mask and put it on someone else's face. You got to do it for yourself first. Then you can help the other person. So when I talk to clients, we sit down and we start talking about just a little bit about where they are, their money. One of the questions is, do you want growth or do you want safety for your money? And in this blue book, it talks a little bit about growth and safety and kind of gives you I guess a description of it, okay? So when you ask them that, when people think about safety for their money, they pretty much think about the bank. When they want growth, most of the time they think about some type of investment. But the problem is when you want growth, you may not get safety. When you want safety, you may not get growth. We know that you take your money in the bank, yeah, it is pretty safe, but I guarantee you it's not growing at all. So I just say when you have your money in the bank, you just kind of lose your money very safely because of inflation. So the problem is it's kind of like a catch-22. You know, you kind of like you want to beat the inflation, but can you get both the potential growth and safety? It can be possible. It's kind of like playing the sport. When you play certain sports, you have to learn how to do both the offense and the defense. You've got to be strong on both sides. You can't have all the players attack and then leave one to defend the home base. So when you talk about where your money is, there are 4 places that you want. And to make sure that you get a little bit of everything. You want the growth. You want safety. You want tax advantage. And you also want protection. So now you have to kind of diversify. You allocate your assets in different positions. And what we do is you just kind of rebalance. You take advantage of tax advantages allowed by the law, of course, very safely, and to grow more and keep more. So now a tax savings of 20% is as good as a tax 20% gain in your rate of return. And you most definitely have to have good defense with protection of your life, your investment, and your estate. So it's kind of like balancing out what you have. You have to really, really look out there, investigate, see what's out there, see what programs are out there. There's so many, and you want to make sure you get the best one that fits you. So when you're building a financial future and you're making those financial decisions, there are some questions that you need to ask yourself, whatever you're dealing with. There are 4 questions. Can it potentially grow to achieve your goal? Is it safe enough? Does it have tax advantages? And does it have proper protection? So now you always want to get 4 out of 4 when you look at those questions, okay? But anything you do with your money, ask yourself those 4 questions, because growth is good, but managed growth is even better. So now just think about it. Remember those questions. And if you have other questions, just make sure you call me. Just text me or email me, and I'll answer them for you. And if I don't know the answer, I will find out for you. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the formula, the 10-20 rule.
Yeah, I want to know about that.
Which I love that. So, now to be assured of having enough money for a comfortable retirement, they advise that you have at least 22 times your income by the time you retire. Okay? Meaning that, say you earn about $50,000 per year. The target retirement number is $1.1 million when you retire. And it sounds scary, but believe me, it can be done. Many people today, of course, are living longer. Some to the age of 100. They need to have a much, of course, bigger amount than normal. But to simplify things, you can round down to 22 to 20 times your annual income for your retirement. They say 22, but just round it off. 20 times your annual income is for your retirement. Now, when you're protecting your family, and as a financial professional myself, normally I always suggest 10 times your annual income when it comes to purchasing your insurance. At least 10 times your income in order to meet the need for your family. So, for example, say if you make $50,000 a year and you looking for that, when you're doing whatever insurance policy that you're purchasing, you want to do at least $500,000. That will make sure that for the next 10 years, your family can keep moving on until they put themselves back together again from that person's loss. So if you die too soon, you need 10 times your income. If you live too long, you need 20 times your income. Hence, the formula is 10-20.
Oh.
So keep that in mind. And just, it's a simple fact. It's a good suggestion. Just keep it in mind when you're planning your retirement, when you're going through it. And one thing I thought about, when you think about your family, we may be ready for retirement. But remember, if you have children and grandchildren, don't you want them to be ready? Don't you want them to know these simple facts so they have time to prepare? That is very, very important. So if you have any questions, make sure you can email me at DLIGONSWSB@gmail.com or text me at 832-788-5112, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you again, Lady Lou.
You're welcome. Thank you, Lady D. So all this stuff is so fascinating. I think stuff I have not heard. I'm getting an education just sitting here talking with these ladies. So think what could happen if you sit down with them or get on the phone with them and ask your questions, because I know you have questions. They won't be the same ones I would have. And they are happy to help you and give you any answers you would need. And they're not there to sell you anything. They're there to help you. They want you to understand what's available that might work for your circumstances, because all of us are different. Some of us have grandchildren, some of us don't. I have 10 grandchildren, but guess what? I have no children. I claim my late husband's grandchildren, but it's just different in every family, and you want to protect them. And now's the time to do it, especially with advice from these knowledgeable, licensed professional women. They can help you with just about anything that you could come up with that you need to know about protecting your future and securing your golden years. How come they call it golden years? Anybody know? I keep saying that, and I don't know what that means.
I don't
Precious
know, but I
years.
think we worth gold. Make it
Yeah.
that far. You make it up that far.
A wealth of wisdom and experience. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like golden years.
Awesome.
I claim them.
That's right.
Anyway, thank you both for your lovely topics. Well, actually, Sherry's got another topic for us. This one's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Well,
one.
I hope it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
Whether you know it or not, baby boomers, August is Boomers Making a Difference Month. So, sometimes people think once they reach a certain age, you just stop. You just quit. I'm done. There's nothing else to do. But, we come from an era with a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
So why not share it? Why not make a difference in the world? So you can make a difference through the work you do, through volunteering, or, for an organization, reaching out to people, just having conversations. We have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
Or we can just create our own cause.
Oh.
There's a lot of things you can change out there. Just create your own cause, Remember, there's still a lot of life left in you.
You bet.
And the minute you decide it's there, why not use it?
That's right.
You have so much to offer to this planet, and it's just waiting for a contribution. We all have a story we could share that someone's been through something we can help them with. You just never know, Think about things like what you've always wanted to do.
Yes.
But you were tied to a 9-to-5 and you never really got a chance to do it. No matter how crazy it sounds, go for it.
Yeah.
Do it. You can be a gift to somebody else. You never know.
That's right.
There are a lot of seniors who are like child advocates, or they're on different boards, school boards, or with the city council. You don't know. A lot of them volunteer in children's libraries and read to them.
Oh, yeah. That's
They
neat.
join political campaigns.
Yes.
So that's something that's fulfilling and rewarding.
Yes.
And a lot of seniors just stay home, sit on the couch,
Oh.
shut themselves off, watch TV,
Depressing.
get out there.
Yeah.
You could be a blessing in somebody else's life, and volunteering makes an immeasurable difference in your life.
Yes.
So
Yes.
why not do it, and give back. Giving back to others is you give back to yourself. So I also wanted to talk about, life isn't over after 50.
That's right.
There's some awesome seniors out there that have gone before us that have done some incredible things, and I'm going to name a few.
Oh, good.
Colonel Harlan Sanders. Who's
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders?
KFC.
KFC.
He was
Chicken.
65
Wow.
when he opened his first restaurant.
Oh,
65 years old.
Wow.
still going.
Right.
All I can think of is original or crispy.
Right. It's past lunchtime. Here's another one. Laura Ingalls Wilder. We all know her.
Sure.
She didn't write Little House on the Prairie till she was 65.
Oh, really?
Are you
Yes.
serious?
Yes.
That
Well,
was one
she
of my
had time.
favorite shows.
But
She had time.
still, look, it doesn't end. Life doesn't end.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
there is Tim and Nina Zagat. I don't know if you heard of them. They do the restaurant surveys.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, Zagat.
51.
Oh, my God.
And their surveys, they're worth like 150 million right
That's
now.
right. They're all over the place.
51 years old.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I didn't
And
know
I don't want to
that.
butcher this guy's name, but Takichiro Mori,
Oh, I know that name.
real estate agent. Big
Ah,
time.
big time.
55 when he started in real estate. And when he died, he had $13 billion.
Only billion.
Only. That's all. But you know what I'm saying? These people, they got a late start, you know? And then I have some.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of them. Grandma Moses. She
Oh.
was 76 years old when she became an artist.
Look at that.
Wow. Julia Child. Everybody knows Julia Child. She was
Yeah.
50 years old. I used to watch her show on
All the
PBS.
time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Momofuku Ando. He was the inventor of the instant ramen noodle and did not invent the cup noodles until he was 61 years old. Wow. Peter Roget. He invented the thesaurus.
The Thars. The
The
Thars.
The tea
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. Yeah.
At 73. Okay, you
73
get what I mean.
years old. And then,
Right.
and then there's some actors.
Oh, okay. Who?
Betty White was 51 when she started acting.
I didn't know that.
And that woman is still going.
She's still going strong. She's hitting almost
Right.
100.
Uh-huh.
Regis Philbin,
Oh,
Yes.
57 when he started.
oh my gosh.
Kathy Lee and Regis. Sharon Osbourne, late 60s.
I didn't
Oh
know
my
that.
gosh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Morgan Freeman was 52.
Uh-huh.
He sure was.
Tommy Lee Jones was 53.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Catherine Justine. I don't know if you watched Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
The old lady on Desperate Housewives. She was 56.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like life does
It's never
not.
too late.
It doesn't stop after 50. To me, it begins. I mean,
Yeah.
I started my first business at 55. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's so much more to do. You can just envision it and go for it.
And do it.
You know, you can do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And don't tell your relatives.
Let
They'll
me
talk
tell
you out of it.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
And they
indeed.
love you, but you
They
know,
don't
it
want
just
you to
is what
get
it
hurt.
is. Yeah.
And it's not about even getting hurt. They know you a certain way. So they
Yeah.
can't see you in another way.
Yes.
Are you really serious? No, you can't. You know.
Yeah, this is not
And then you
you.
get that negative chatter, and then you
Kinda
talk yourself
dwindle.
out of it. They talk. So yeah, you're right. You know, sometimes you just have to be that silent star for a minute.
Yeah, you do.
That's true.
I agree.
Well, since I turned 10,
That's right.
I have started 2 businesses.
See,
Isn't that something?
Exactly.
You're a
And
prime example.
I'm a
lady.
prime
That's
example.
right.
yeah,
Wow.
I just cannot sit. That doesn't suit me. And maybe not
good.
you either.
No.
No.
And what about you out there? Are you
Right.
sitting?
Yeah.
Shame. We want you to get up and go. I want to meet you.
Right.
If you're in Houston, you come out and see us. We're going to have a show one of these days, maybe in like October when it cools off, please. We're going to have an audience.
right?
So if you want to be in our audience, you send us a note. Send it to Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe. That's my email address.
And, you know,
And I want to know if you want to be in our audience, because we can only take about, how many, Mike? How many can we have in the audience? 20 or so. Get on the list. You can
Right.
be the first 20. And we'll
Yes.
have a show, and you can sit there and watch us and have fun with us and laugh and cut up.
Right.
We would love to have you. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
plan that for October. How do you
That'd
think
be
that work out?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Because
Wonderful.
we really like that idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go out there, write that book.
Yes.
Start that podcast, start that business. I don't care if it's a cooking show, recipes. You have a wealth of knowledge to share with other people.
Yes.
This younger generation. Maybe you like poetry and you collected them. Put them in a book.
Mhm.
You know, make
Yes.
some extra income. Who knows?
Yes.
We
So-
love that part. We love that part. So we want you to join us in becoming a boomer who is a doer. Can you be a
Yes.
doer?
Yes.
We're doers.
Yes.
And we're doing it every day of our lives because we love it and we want to share with others. Because we've got knowledge. Every
Yeah,
one of us
yes,
have
yeah.
different knowledge that we could give to someone
Yes.
else.
Right.
So we want you to be part of it. So come join us every time. And remember, that little subscribe button down
Push the
there.
button.
Hit
Push
the
it.
button. We want
Subscribe.
you as our subscribers. So thank you again, ladies.
Thank
It's
you,
been
Lady
so
Lou.
fun. We appreciate all of you. Thank you. We say goodbye again.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.